cannot pass through this one due to the high frequency microwave. Okay, so to overcome this problem in the terrestrial microwave, it's coming up the satellite. Okay, it's send the satellite, the repeater up to this geolocations. Okay, geostationary, we can say, up to this 22,000 miles from the equators. Then they settle down up there, and we have two earth stations uplink to the satellite. Then it's sent it to the another ground stations. This is downlink, uplink, and downlink is there. So this is the example of terrestrial and satellite microwave transmissions. Okay, let's see here. In the terrestrial microwave systems and cable systems required multiple hubs, whereas station systems provide the same capability of the single hub. So this is the technique used in this terrestrial and satellite. Okay, terrestrial microwave transmissions is a technology that transmit focus beam of the radio signal from one ground-based microwave station antenna to another. So this is the line of sight microwave. So we needed to have a line of sight communications. Okay, and then the microwaves are electromagnetic wave having a frequency in the range of this 1 gigahertz to the 1000 gigahertz. That frequency is very high. That's why you cannot penetrate building, mountain, trees, those things. Okay, so it's needed to have a line of sight from source to the destination. Microwaves are microwaves are unidirectional, as the sender and receiver antenna is to be aligned. Okay, the waves sent by the sending antenna are narrow focused. Okay, narrowly focused. In this case, antennas are mounted at the tower of each beam to another antenna which is kilometer away. So we needed to have the high altitude high clearance antenna at the top of the building or at the top of the mountains to have a more clearance. Its work on the line of sight, I already explained that there is no obstacle in between this sender and the receiver or the repeaters. The antenna mounted at the tower or direction side of each others. So this is the characteristics of the terrestrial microwave. And frequency range, the terrestrial microwaves is from this 46 gigahertz to 22 gigahertz. Bandwidth support the bandwidth from 1 to 100 Mbps. Short distance it experience for short distance, and long distance it is experienced as required high tower for a longer distance. Attenuation means loss of powers. It is affected by the environmental conditions and the antenna size. So there's lots of chance of attenuations and noise, all these things. This is susceptible, all these attenuations is susceptible by this microwave communication. And advantages and disadvantages. Microwave transmission is cheaper than using cable, so there is no need of laying cables and maintenance. It is free from the land acquisitions, and it's also not required any land for the installation of the cable. And also microwave transmission provide an easy communications in terrain, and installation of cable in terrain is quite difficult masked. Communications over oceans can be achieved by using this microwave transmission. So these are the advantages in the oceans or this terrain and all. It does not matter that the installation, all these things, then the complexity and the difficulty of installations overcome by this microwave communication. And one more thing is that the disadvantage of microwave transmission is that a vast dopings, then This is wireless communications. Anyone can intercept our communications in between. So we need to have secure communications. Okay. Any malicious users can catch the signals in the air by using its own antenna. So uh, this is air-to-air communications. There's chance of getting the signals. Out of phase signals. Signal can be moved out of phase by using microwave transmission. So if the transmission length is very far away from source to destination, then there are some mismatch of line of sight, so it can be out of phase of signals. Okay, it can point out of the receiver. Susceptibles by the weather conditions. Okay, that with this water drops or any droplets of waters or any environmental conditions, weather conditions can distort the can add noise or distort the signals. And bandwidth limitations. Allocation of bandwidth is limited in the case of microwave transmissions. There are some limitations are there. And let's move on to the satellite communications. A satellite is a physical object that's revolved around the world or known as at a known height. Satellite communications is more reliable nowadays and it's offer more flexibility than cable and fiber optics communications. Now, Elon Musk also is coming up this SpaceX project that to cover the whole world using this high-speed internet using this SpaceX antenna. Nowadays it's coming up this project. Then everywhere, if you are in the middle of the jungle or if you are in the city or any place, then you will get the satellite signals, then you will get the internet connectivity. So that's a project coming up from this SpaceX. Like this, satellite communication is more reliable nowadays, offer more flexible than the cable and fiber optic system. So, cabling, laying is very difficult in the forests and all these things. But if this satellite communications, it can focus different types of locations. So, it's resolve the issue in the satellite communications. And also we can communicate with any point of global by using satellite communications. How does satellites work? The satellite accept the signals that is transmitted from the earth stations. Earth stations is the uplink. Okay, uplink. It uplink the signals and it amplify the signals, then amplify signals to transmit back to the earth station again. This is called the downlink. Okay. Advantage of microwave communication is that the coverage of satellite microwave is more than the terrestrial. So it's cover more area if it is satellites. Okay, that's it's can cover one country, two country, or more than two countries. So the coverage area is very high. If you are having the iridium satellite that can launch more than 20 or 40 satellites to cover the whole earth or the half of the earth to communicate. Okay, the transmission course of the satellite is independent of the distance from the centers of the coverage area. Satellite communications is used in mobile and wireless communications applications. So it's clear, no need to explain. It is easy to install and it is used in a wide variety of applications such as weather forecasting, radio, TV signal broadcasting, mobile communications, etc. Okay, it's used in many applications. And disadvantages of satellite communication is that satellite design and developments require more times and cost higher. So we can say that it's difficult to launch and to stations in the geostationary. And satellite need to be monitored and controlled on regular period, so it has remained in orbit. So in our Earth orbit, it's needed to station the satellite, so it's needed to have monitored and controlled to make it stable communications. Okay, The lifespan of the satellite is about 12 to 15 years. Due to these reasons, other launch of the satellite has to be planned before it's become normal functional. So is having the lifespans, so we needed to have the replacement. Okay, so these are the things in the satellite communications microwave. In at home also we have a microwave oven. Okay, in the home appliances, how we are using these home appliances in our home. This is the working principle is almost same with this uh, microwave communications. Those microwaves used microwave signals to cook the food, meat, or any other vegetables. Okay. Chu chum na tan te ni me the saksa te ni me the khang ti min na tan le ti lum na tan tan lo hang ta. Eng fang in nge microwave oven a chuan sa te kan da along min mai na chana kha. Het lampang le lampang radio communication ate microwave satellite communication ate kan mang le boxia engat tinge a chan kan ti chuan khang antenna te manga microwave signal kan lo receive ate khan engwangi a chum na tan ten kan man nei lo kham thil ho a technology kha um ve ta le how microwave oven works. Kan lo kan se to thin o ka hello. Hey, microwave oven kan lo ne. Hey, chu ka ti thil ti lum na tan ten kan mang thin ani. Microwave a hianin component poimo tak tak o ma kan hriat tur poimo. La hianin a control le thil sang chu ma se. Magnetron siom ta ni. He magnetron sian. He mi frequency here. Frequency kan ti chuan kha electromagnetic wave ka. Mo frequency kha nasalu tukin azut ti che ani. La to point na niya he frequency ka. Mo ati chet na frequency ka. Ache char char ta ni. Ba se chu frequency up down. Nasalu tuk frequency a chuan. Eng wang nge tui te sa te khang ho zong zong kha azuti lung si ti la ta kha apoi mo na lai chu ta ni. Eng wang ya ron sat da chan ka ti chuan. Hey, thil rang kan eng lo a chuan in kan hriat tur chu molecules hey tui te po sa te po molecules alo nei ta ni chung bera chuan nge ni atoms kan nom ta electrons le protons in cho khom kan ni ta ni mi singa ta po kan ni atoms mo se la kha so mi tok me chu he high frequency in level mo up down frequency sang to kinat che o ma kha khami khanin enge ni azuti kan ti chuan ke ma ni cell level a mo tui po ni ta se sa po ni ta se achunga atom saka azuti chem tani movement siam ta char tani high frequency khan thil reng reng a chet na sap chuan mo ikut po khan nuai vak ta la chu mo friction om tani friction chuan in enge ni aron siam chuak kan ti chuan how is generate friction chuan heat aron generate ani lo the lo chu wang chuan a friction a che kha a tam po le kha atom sa kha movement ka a che ta kha a san po le chu zu mi zu te zu te tu chu microwave kha ni ta wang mo khami kha chet na san po le khan heat aron generate na sa dong ti na ni chu chu mi wang chuan tui kan la da lu te khan alo mo alo lum ta a sa te kan ba da lu khan alo sata a chung rel zong zong ne lo sata chuan in thin an kami conventional ka ti microwave te po hi satellite ne hian in ang te ang ta kan technology high frequency transmission an tan oven a hi hon lai hian in anung thei lo phim phim san chu oven hon lai a ti nung thei chu ni ta la chunga i mobile phone hon te ki maka frequency sang to pon ni wang mo ati puak dar vek thei ni chhe vek thei i cell phone a ka microwave chung in dar ngot la tan vo on ta la reo te kang vek na puak dar choi choi me khami kha ani ta ni that is the microwave okay so well done up to this let next class we'll go on to this infrared communications. That's all for today. And let me call your roll number. This response. Your roll number. Okay, response your roll number 1, 2,
Present, sir.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Present.
9.
Present, sir.
Oh, sorry. Roll number 6, 7,
Present, sir.
9,
Present, sir.
10, 11,
Present, sir.
12,
Present, sir.
14,
Present, sir.
16,
Present, sir.
17,
Present, sir.
18, 20,
Present, sir.
21, 22, 25.
21 present. 21 present.
25, 26, 27,
Present, sir.
29,
Present, sir.
31, 32,
Present, sir.
33,
Present, sir.
36,
Present, sir.
37,
Present, sir.
38,
Present, sir.
39, 40,
Present, sir.
40,
Present, sir.
42,
Present, sir.
43, 44, 45, 46,
Present, sir.
47,
Present, sir.
48,
Yes, sir.
50, 54,
Sir, 51. Present.
55,
Present, sir.
56, 58,
Present, sir.
60, 61,
Present, sir.
Sir, roll number 22.
Okay, that's all for today.